on this Saturday uh, for this exclusive webinar on how to position yourself as a financial planner. On behalf of everyone, I would like to warmly welcome Jitendra Solanki, sir. Sir is a veteran in the financial services industry with more than 15 years of experience. He is a certified financial planner, also a member of Chartered Institute of Securities and Investment. Again, also a member of Chartered Trust and Estate Planner. Sir is a SEBI registered investment advisor since 2010, and he is since 2010 he is been practicing as a fee-only financial planner. Solanki sir is also director at Special Needs Estate Planners Private Limited. Given that he has such a vast experience in the financial services industry, he is a frequent writer and speaker at forums to share his views regarding and his wisdom regarding the industry, and especially the focus is on planning for families with special needs, children with special needs, dependents. So on behalf of everyone, I once again warmly welcome sir, and I'm eager to listen to his views today. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rishi. Thank you, everybody, and warm welcome to this presentation. So it's an important topic, the phase we are going through, so much happening around with respect to financial services industry, the regulation across advisory space, mutual fund industry. So there is so much happening. So what happens is it's very difficult for young aspirants to decide, what direction should I go into, what's going to happen. So it's important, that we look from an angle of a practitioner and see how things are working around for our benefit. Okay, so in today's discussion, I'll be talking more on the most important aspect, that is, what are the client expectation and how do you manage it? And how do you position yourself as a financial planner? Okay, so we are going to talk about client expectation, how to manage it, the need of holistic advice. So we have moved from an industry where the advice was product specific to an industry now where the need-based advice is arising. The holistic advice needs to be given. And in this scenario, how do you position yourself as a financial planner? What does it do, and what are the attributes of a financial planner when you want to start practicing or start working as a financial planner in this industry? So let me give you a glimpse of who is an ideal client. We talk about, okay, the client do this, the client expectation. But for anybody, for a financial planner, who can be that ideal client? Your client can be, a financial planner client base can be as low as 30, 40, or it can be as high as running into thousands. Okay. Now, what does an ideal client make? So who is an ideal client for a financial planner? The client who will meet advisor expectation. So when I am a financial planner, I go and meet client, and much like client is expecting something from us, similarly an advisor expects from a client, and a client who will meet advisor expectation will become an ideal client for us. Listen to advice and follow it. Advisors don't like clients who listen to advice but do not follow it. So the client should listen to your advice, and if he is following it, then you love interacting with clients, you love giving them more advice. But a client who seek advice but does not follow it, probably we lose him in between. seek opinion for any financial decision. So any financial decision he would take, he would come back to you and seek an opinion whether this financial decision is right or wrong, how will it impact my life, my financial life. So the client who are attached with us, so whenever they are taking any decision, so they come back to us and call us and take an opinion, and this is what we are going to do. So are we on the right track, or how this is going to impact my financial journey? Stay with advisor for lifelong, though it is an expectation of any advisor that a client should stay for lifelong, but does it really happen? Yes, an ideal client would be who can stay with advisor for lifelong and is giving you the revenue advisor want. So see, financial planning practice, if any practitioner is running for profits, so he would like to have clients who can give him revenue of what he desires to run a successful practice. Nobody wants a client who they are not able to give the desired revenue, even though he's giving advice. They are not, able to give the desired revenue. So these are attributes of an ideal client every advisor would like to have. Okay, like this form, so this form speaks very clearly who are our ideal client. They say someone is serious about accomplishing meaningful goals, see the value in paying for independent objective advice, wants a coach to hold them accountable, wants a well-organized financial life, is financially prosperous. Now that's an ideal client for this firm. Similarly, any financial planner, any financial advisor would be there. They would also look at that who is going to be my ideal client. A client whom I would like to advise, whom I like to work with during my practice. So an ideal clientele is always something we always define that this is what my clientele would be. These are the kind of client I would like to work with. So for example, I decided to work with special need children families. So special need children families are my ideal client. Okay, I advise them, I holistically advise them why I have chosen. There are certain attributes, certain expertise I have, and I thought that would be the most ideal client whom I can service. So it's always defining your ideal client. Now, are there ideal clients? No, it's good. It's good on paper. We say, okay, these should be on my ideal clients and nobody else. But are there ideal clients? Now, there's 80-20 rule. It says your most profitable clients, 20% give you 80% revenue, and everyone else is giving you 20% revenue. Let's also understand that as a financial planner, we are working for revenues, and from your 100 client, not every client will be on the same track, on the same role for giving you revenue. And this rule applies that 20% of your clients would give you the 80% of revenue. And so that will be your ideal clientele. Yes, you will have not many other clients whom you will be servicing, but these are your ideal clients. Now, so what client expects from you? Now, let's come to understand that I am practicing as a financial planner. So what are clients expecting from me? What does a client expect from an advisor? First of all, you know more than him, and that's why he's coming to you. Okay. Any prospect or any individual or a family would seek a financial planner advice because they know that what expertise I have as a financial planner, they don't have. And that's why they are coming to us. So you know more than him, and that's what client expects. The client won't come to you if you and client are on the same awareness level. You will deliver what he wants. So a client is expecting that if he is coming and seeking you advice, then you are going to deliver that. Advice can be holistic. It can be specific to any financial requirement. But yes, a client expects that if he is hiring you as a financial planner, then you're going to deliver of what advice he's seeking to. Your priority will be his requirements. That's every client expect that his requirements are your top priority. It sometimes a challenging for financial planners, because if you have 100 clients, then every client will expect that yes, his interest is your top priority. And the last slide I show that 20% of your client will generate 80% revenue. Then how do you define what whose priority you're going to be set on the top? But yes, if you have 100 clients in your basket, then every client will expect that your priority would be his requirement. You will guide him year on year if he needs. So when client comes to you for hand-holding them for long, then they are expecting that you will guide them year on year. You will guide them whenever they need an advice. You will seek his views before making any opinion. See, every client, when it's coming to you, or any client of a financial planner, they expect that you are not going to make a decision by just seeing the documents. You're going to make any opinion. In fact, it's not a decision. You're going to make any opinion after seeking their views, because they would also have certain opinion in their mind. It can be with respect to product, it can be with respect to any requirement, any financial requirement, any life situation. But a client does expect that you seek their views before you make any opinion. So if I'm making a financial plan for my clients, then I am seeking their views on many aspects before making or finalizing my financial plan. That's what clients expect, that you seek their views before you make any opinion about their financial requirement. And you will stand there when he needs you. So when a client hire you as a financial advisor, a financial planner, so he's not hiring you only for managing investments or only for any certain aspect. He's hiring you for many aspects which you as a financial planner would be servicing. It can be related to estate planning, it can be related to tax planning, it can be related to many other aspects. So client will always expect that whenever he needs for any kind of situation, then you are there to stand for him. These are what a client expects from any financial planner. And he would expect you, so whenever you approach to a client, so they will expect that you know more than him, you will deliver what he's looking at. Your priority is his requirement, and year on year you will guide him, handhold them. You will seek his views before making any opinion, and you will stand there when he needs you. But what happens in reality? Everything looks fine. I am a financial planner. Client comes to me, he expects so many things. I say yes, I'll deliver it, and everything goes well. No, it doesn't happen like that. Reality, it's completely different. Now, when you look at in reality, client expectation does change. Client expectation change. So when he came to you as a first time, any prospect comes to you and become your client, his expectation would be different. For example, his expectation would be, he might be in a financial mess. So his expectation would be that you advise him and take him out of this financial mess. Now, when the client after 5-6 years, he is in a good financial health, his expectation would change. He would like something more else, from you, rather than just managing his, finances or managing just an investment portfolio. So client expectation would change. One of the very important, aspect for in reality for this is that the information flow to client is way too high. A client, your client, your ideal client is getting information from lot many sources, from brokers, from banks, from media, from newspapers, he's getting so much information that sometimes, it's very difficult to digest that you have done a financial planning for a client, you have done not many good things, and still he comes back to you and say this is something which is missing in our relationship. Now, all this is happening is because the information flow is way too high. Client, through this information flow, client is coming to know lot many other things which probably you would not advise him. It may not suit his financial requirement, but he's coming to know from lot many sources, and that's where lot many discussions with financial planner happen on these matters which may not fit into his portfolio. As I said, advice may be delivered from multiple fronts. You as a financial planner will be advising him on certain aspect, on his holistic financial planning, but still a client would be taking an advice from multiple fronts. The banks are there, the brokers are there, there would be others, intermediaries. So the advice would be delivered from multiple fronts. And that's where sometimes what happens is that and advice given by a certain other advisors, get in confrontation with your advice. It may be right or it may be wrong. I'm not saying that, but because advice is delivered from multiple fronts, clients do get confused. And sometimes client will come back to you and say, oh, do we have missed, this aspect? Or sometimes, an advisor would, show a certain product, which have delivered stupendous returns, and advisor, the client will come back to the financial planner and say, oh, how did we miss this? So because advice are delivered from multiple fronts, these things happen. And clients will bombard you for seeking your opinion on matters which do not meet his financial goals. Because of this, because the information flow, because the advice is delivered from multiple fronts, clients do come back to you. To clients go back to financial planners and they seek opinion on matters which may, we may have in the financial planning, we would have said, no, this does not meet your financial requirements, so we will not, go on this path. But then again, client will come back. So in reality, client expect something, you deliver it, but these things does not go so smoothly. Things will happen, client will come back to you. Sometimes the expectations may be unreasonable. So lot many other things will happen when a client is expecting something from a financial planner. And see, though I'm talking about what client expect, but yes, a relationship with a financial planner is such that the expectations are from both sides. The client expect from a financial planner, but a financial planner also have certain expectation from their clients. So managing client expectation, how do you manage such expectations? There would be lot many, and we have experience in real life. We have experienced a lot many such expectation where client have come back to us and would have said, okay, Jitendra, we have missed out this product. This has given us a stupendous return. These things we have missed out. Why not we do something else? So all these are client expectations. These expectations are what happening, surrounding somebody else is generating a higher returns on a product. So expectations are being built from there. So client certain times will develop unreasonable expectations. Now, what is unreasonable expectation? So we do financial planning. We do risk asset allocation for clients. Within that, on the basis of risk tolerance, we advise them certain avenues, and there is a certain return expectation. Now, client will develop an unreasonable expectation that they want now higher returns. So they would like to venture into certain risky instruments or certain other instruments, which as a financial planner, I would know very well that this will not suit his kind of risk profile. Or client will come to you and say, you have this, take this money, manage my portfolio and just deliver me so much returns a year on year. So these are unreasonable expectations which clients will develop. The change in financial situation also changes client expectation. The financial situation may change. As I said, somebody who would be in a financial mess would come with certain expectation. Will come to you and would say, okay, please, help me out and take me out from this financial mess. suddenly when financial situation change, he's healthy, financially he's healthy, he's saving, he's investing, the expectation would change. The expectation would change, as I spoken earlier, that, venturing for higher returns, higher risk, allocation, which may even not suiting is the kind of financial profile he is. Client behavior changes with what's happening around. See, when we have clients, as in the last, I've shown that the information flow is too many. The information flow comes in from banking relationship, from other relationship which client have, even from the friend circle the client having, the information would come in. So an information would come in that a friend is managing a certain portfolio of his own and he's delivering, generating so high returns. So the expectation would change. Also, the behavior changes with what's happening around. Uh, Generally, what happens even in our real life, we see that when what's happening around in certain situations, our behavior happens to work along with them. Okay, so if everybody is thinking positive about something, we also like to think positive. Whether it suits our personal requirement or not is secondary. So that's where the behavior takes a change with what's happening around. Now, if I have to talk about client behavior, I can take a whole day. But on this aspect, the behavior change uh, put a challenges for financial planners that these behavior change needs to be managed. Okay, so these client expectation which are unreasonable, change in financial situations, the change in behavior is what largely a financial planner is managing. And this is what needs to be managed. On the number side, yes, we are financial planners. We can bring in numbers. We can show to a client, this is what in financial plan, and this is how much you need to save. But largely what you need to manage is the client expectation, his expectation. How do you as a financial planner stick to that expectation? And if the expectation changes, is it going to work in your favor or not? And whether you go along with that or not, is you have to decide as a financial planner. So if client come with an unreasonable expectation, what do you do as a financial planner? Should you go along with it? Or, should you start managing a portfolio and, start delivering a certain higher return? This is what a financial planner has to decide. So what do you do when you come with such expectations of clients? What do you do? First, listen and acknowledge client feelings. See, every client who's coming to you with certain expectation has certain feelings. He's coming with certain thoughts in his mind. Now, if he's your old client, you know very well how this have arisen. So you can manage it well. But probably if it's a new client, not too long, so it will be very difficult in the first instance for you to know that why he's expecting something. So patience, the calm of a financial planner do most of the things. So when any client expectation comes to you, first you have to listen and acknowledge client feelings. You have to listen patiently and you have to acknowledge of what he is expecting. Find a common ground. That's the best as a financial planner you can do when you are managing client expectation. You can't say no to everything. You can't say bluntly no to everything. Okay, you can't put limits on this. This is not what I am going to do, but probably you would like to find a common ground where what you are advising is also taken care of and what client expecting is also taken care of. So you always have to find a common ground from where these expectations can be met. Establish control with facts and end with a plan if viable. Now, you as a financial planner, your whatever you advise is based on certain facts. You have facts that why a financial plan is being created. When you create a financial plan, you have that fact that this is what your financial journey should look like. This is why I have advised you a certain asset allocation. So when a client is coming with certain expectation, you see he's diverting from that, you have to take control of the situation with facts. So you have to show your client, this is what we have discuss, this is what we have agreed to, and this is what you should be doing. And end discussions or end with such expectation with a plan. If everything goes well, he understood, the client understand, probably he will curtail his expectation or he will change his expectation. Then you as a financial planner will go along with your client and there will be a plan to implement that expectation in whatever manner. But if it doesn't work out, say no to clients when expectations do not match. This is very important that as a financial planner, you can't meet all client expectation and you can't meet all expectation. So you always should be ready to say no to clients. We have situations, we have done it that we have said no to our clients, where we have found that their expectations are unreasonable. We can't match it. So we have said clearly no to our clients. So listen, acknowledge your client feelings, try to find a common ground where his expectation is also taken care. Establish control with facts. You have facts on your side. You know very well why you are advising certain things for your client. So establish that control with facts. End with a plan if viable. If nothing works out still, then probably say no to client. So this is something which you always remember as when we are managing client expectation, that at the end, it's all about meeting certain clients' requirement. And as a financial planner, you have to say no to clients when you see that something which client is expecting is not going to work in his favor. And still he persists, then probably you have to say no to clients. So 10 things your client wants from you. Okay, so I'm coming more to a situation of what client will look at when he's coming to you as a financial planner. So he's looking for integrity, topmost, that you are going to be a fiduciary. Accessibility, you are going to be accessible to him. It should not happen that you have created a plan, advised him, and for the next 2-3 months, or you are not accessible to him. Sympathy, you are going to, as in the last slide I said, you have to listen to client and accept his feelings. So there's going to be that clarity. Everything needs to be very clear. Why you are giving certain advice, and even if you are saying no, why you are saying so. A deeper relationship. Why a deeper relationship is because it's financial planner relationship is not only about numbers. It has to go beyond numbers. And when you have to go beyond numbers, you have to deepen the relationship. You have to understand your clients, understand their requirements. Then only you would be able to give them advice for what they have hired you. So as a financial planner, I look for a holistic advice. I look for that I'm there to solve client financial issues. Now, the financial issues is not necessarily can arise only from income and expenses. The financial issues can arise on certain things. For example, we were not knowing, for 2 years, why a client is not reviewing his financial plan periodically. So we had a lot of discussion with client, and then we came to know that client has certain property issues running with his brother, which he has not opened up, and because of that, he has to look at finances differently. Now, when we go deep into relationship, then only we come to know of these kind of issues a client would be running. So the relationship should be deeper. Then only we can advise. So we can give certain advice that what should he do with that situation, because he is seeking an advice. He needs an advice, but he's not opening up. And he's not opening up because you haven't told your clients that you, as a financial planner, you just do not do numbers. You look beyond numbers. It's totally how you communicate to your client. When you communicate to your client that, let's manage your investment portfolio, I want to manage investment portfolio, he thinks that you are there only for investment. Other many issues, he would have to look for different advisor. But when you as a financial planner say to your client, I am there for a holistic advice, I'm going to look at your financial situation completely, then he's going to open up. So frequent communication. As as an advisor, you have to frequently communicate with your clients, because at certain times, suddenly, some situation will develop in your client life. If you are frequently communicating, you would be able to know and might be able to help your client in certain situations. But if you are not frequently communicating, then probably the relationship will lose somewhere. Safety with returns, that's something. Discuss charitable goals. So in today's scenario, lot many people are thinking about charitable aspect. So you discuss those charitable goals, that's and tax issues help solve problems. Now, this is what a client is expecting from you. A client is looking that you are going to talk about on all these aspects. Okay, you are going to talk about, we will have a relationship. So client when coming to you, he's probably in his mind that I will have a deeper relationship with this financial planner. He's going to look at my issues holistically. He will be able to advise me if I have some legal issues. He will be able to advise me for a right professional. So probably he's looking you as a one-stop shop, where all his problems can be resolved. If you are not able to resolve, probably you have good people in your network who would be able to help him out. This is what a client is expecting from you. This was a survey which was done, uh, and it was basically why clients are leaving their advisors. Okay. Now, if you look at why advisors, so my advisor did not keep in touch. So 80% of clients have referred to that. So that's why in the last, we have seen that 10 things, the frequent communication was an important aspect. So when you lose that touch, we do not communicate, probably client is also lost. Client thinks, that you are not interested in meeting his requirement or advising him, and probably he will leave. My advisor was not attentive. I was rushed by my advisor. Then lack of communication leads to greater negativity. So my advisor did not provide value. So clients felt that their advisor was not providing the value they were looking for. As I said, 10 things. Refer to the last chart and say 10 things. If you look at those 10 things, it's revolving around holistically for the complete life of a client. My advisor did not know what was important to me. So deeper relationship. If you have deeper relationship, you would know what is important for your client. And my advisor was uncaring, the sympathy. Something happens in your client life, you always has to show a certain kind of relationship, certain kind of feelings for your clients. So all these are important with respect to client expectation, and these have to be managed. These have to be managed by an advisor. Uh, just charging a fee and delivering a service to a client doesn't end the relationship there. You want a client to stay with you lifelong, for long, you have to provide value. You have to keep in touch with clients on a regular basis. Now these surveys itself reveals that communication, frequent touch, value, the sympathetic, deeper relationship, all these are important for a client, and which an advisor will have to look at, which a financial planner would have to look at whenever he's uh, engaging with a client. Also, so that was on client expectation. Now let me take you through why things are changing, why it is coming to holistic advice now. Okay, it's no more a product driven advice. Everything is revolving around a holistic advice now. Every client is looking at that his financial planner is able to advise him holistically. Now, this was a survey was done in North America. What millennial want most from a professional advisor? Top 5, and the first one was the financial planning. So millennials want financial planning. And when financial planning comes to, it means a holistic advice. It's no more a product driven advice. Educating family members about investing. So it's no more about me as an individual. They are looking at financial advisor to educate the family members also. Private investment opportunity, tax efficient, retirement income planning. So if you look at the scenario current, what client is expecting, probably the first thing is expecting is that holistic advice. I need a holistic advice from a financial planner I'm going to hire. This was also into life transition that drive the need for financial planning advice. There are life transitions. Every life transition will, come out with certain aspects of your financial situation that you will need a financial advice. Baby boomers or the retirees, retirement situations, so retire, health event, death of spouse, those are life transitions. When you are young in 20s, so changing of job, then marriage, first child, career, divorce, start a business, these are life events. Now these are life events where people will look for financial advice. Okay, and that's why, because these are life events, and when we are saying that holistic advice, because of these people will look at holistic advice. They just not look at, simply a product advice. And that's where financial planning is becoming so important, that financial planning covers largely the complete holistic advice. These are some of the scenarios which is revealing why, a need of financial planning is arising. Similarly, for retirement, for retirees, medical expenses, nursing care, regular monthly expenses, supporting someone in the family, older or younger, social commitments, living longer than you expected. Now look at the requirements. It's not about any product. It's not about any investment. It's about your life, the personal life of, after retirement. So when you are approaching a person who is retired, he is not looking for that numbers. He's looking at advising holistically, advise him on aspect which is important to him, which he needs. That's why I said that meeting your client needs are much more important, what his requirement is. So need of a financial planner, all this is what urging that they need a financial planner. They don't need simply I would say a product distributor. Not a product distributor, it's a holistic advice they are looking at. Traditional advisory practice. So in traditional, up till now, or before few years, it was all commission driven, product centric approach was there, and no holistic advice. So advice was not so holistic. It was mainly because it was commission driven, and when something is commission driven, so it invariably becomes product centric. Unless and until you are approaching as a financial planner, it's very difficult to give holistic advice. Now, financial planning practice, it focuses on holistic advice. So financial planning practice would revolve around the complete life situation of any family or any individual. So advice would be holistic. The client needs is the center of the practice. So the product is not the center of the practice. The client needs, his requirement is the center of a financial planning practice. Products advice takes a suitability approach. So it's no more a blunt product to anybody. It's suitability approach. Whether that product suits a client or not is going to decide whether you advise him or not. So a suitability approach comes in a financial planning practice. Manages client's behavior. A financial planning practice largely manages a client's behavior. As I said, as a financial planner, I can do all those numbers. So I can show numbers to client and say, this is what you have to save. But it's largely the behavior which I have to manage, the things which are going to change, the life aspirations, the life events, our surroundings, how he's changing. A client coming back to you asking something. So those are client behavior which a financial planner has to manage. Planning with education is basis of this practice. It's not only about managing, it's you are educating your client how he's going to do things, because at every decision making, you are giving an opinion, or you are taking his view, you're taking his opinion. So client is understanding the rationale of taking any financial decision. And when a client understands the rationale of financial decision, he is educated. He knows, okay, why this decision I have taken, how this is going to impact my family future. So this is the basis of a financial planning practice which is being run. So aspect of financial planning covers. So what does a financial planning cover? Okay. So largely it covers the entire personal finance, aspirations, goals, liabilities, salary, inheritance, other income resources, investment, insurance, expenses, cash flow, your expectation, unforeseen events, the risk attitude, transferring your wealth, employment. So a financial planning per se would cover the complete personal finance of any individual. And when you cover these personal finance, the relationship with your clients is much more deep. So uh, when you are doing a financial plan, you are also understanding the estate planning aspect, transferring your wealth. There will so many issues which will come up when you discuss a client about transferring your wealth to the next generation. And you will see that the financial planning practice is being taken to a certain level, to any certain level which you have not thought about. We know when we have handled clients, we have started discussing about estate planning, how you're going to transfer your wealth to the next generation, and we have seen a lot of disputes have come up. So we start managing that. Okay, sometimes many times financial planners, when they manage X number of client and when they discuss about this, they open up another vertical of estate planning. Okay, why? Because their clients, with their client, they know that these are the issues which clients have come to them. So that's where financial planning helps, and that's why I always say that financial planning is the basis of any relationship which you do with your clients, because that is going to set up how you're going to advise your clients in the future. So if we look at financial planning process, all certified financial planner would know this, defined by FPSB. So determine current financial situation. Then you talk about financial goals. You talk about alternate course of action. Evaluate alternatives. Create and implement financial action plan, and review and revise the financial plan. So it's not that you are just going and talking to your client, okay, this is something good to invest, let's invest in this. You are talking about his financial situation. And as I said, there's lot many which comes out from the financial situation itself. There would be certain issues, financial issues, non-financial issues, all will come up from this financial planning process. And financial planner is a fiduciary. So he have a professional conduct. He work under a regulation, general financial planning principles he follow, education planning. He will look at risk management, insurance planning, investment planning, tax planning, retirement saving, and estate planning. A fiduciary will look at all these aspects. Now, who is a fiduciary? Who has no interest in his own revenue or earnings? He has interest of its client uh, interest as a top priority. So he is not inclined to those revenues which come from commissions. As a fiduciary, I would look at my client life situation first. So when you are starting any financial planning practice, the first topmost requirement is a fiduciary nature. Your fiduciary. It has to serve your client interest first, and then your interest comes in of generating certain amount of revenues. So the top 10 traits of financial advisors should have: good educational qualification, knowledge and awareness, openness to communication, ability to give attention to details. So even when you are creating a financial plan, client is giving you so much data. How you analyze it is how you're going to put forward your advice, and how the client will foresee that what value you have given to him. So whatever details clients is giving, it's a financial planner ability to see those details and see what is there in that, in them. Understanding of your risk appetite, willingness to teach. So it's not only about me, not taking and that, I am an expert. So why, should client be talking about, something where I'm an expert? It's about educating to your clients, ability to establish trust. Financial planning relationship is all on trust. Fine, client gives you fees, you earn revenue from your clients, but that only happens when a client trusts you. And a client will trust you when you show to them that this your ability to manage their finances. Curiosity to learn. A financial advisor should not stop learning. You should have a curiosity to learn new things, which will help your clients, which will help you to deepen your relationship with your client. So as a financial planner, you might be managing finances, but it will always be good, if you are able to learn something on estate planning, you will be able to discuss with your clients. And there are a lot many, if you see today, so there are lot many certifications happens, there are a lot many new things which has come up. So there is a transitional planning and from the kind of advisory the advisors have taken, uh, it shows that the expertise the advisors have built up. So, for example, I work in a niche. So I work with special needs children family. Now, not every advisor is able to build that expertise or build that resource. But so it's your curiosity to learn and to move forward, which will help you to deepen your relationship with your client and will also help you to probably provide services to a segment where you would have been thinking of. Understanding the importance of listening over talking. So listening is a very important communication, calm and discipline. So these are top 10 traits of a financial planner, I would say. And if you want to be a good financial planner, you should have these top 10 traits. You should be able to listen to your client, should be able to respect their views, open to communication. As I said, analysis, every planner need a good analytical skills, your curiosity to learn. Your clients will show you something where probably you don't have an expertise, but if you have a curiosity to learn, you will be able to build it in the future. So it might happen that you are able to, if I look from business point of view, you might be able to have another vertical generating a good revenue, and a lot of financial planners have done that. So these are top 10 traits an advisor should have. SEBI higher investment advisor regulations. So in 2013, SEBI came out regulations for investment advisors. So if you want to offer investment advice and charge a fee, you need to get registered with SEBI as an investment advisor. A minimum criteria has been set by regulator for practicing as investment advisor. There is strict compliance and code of ethics. So now with SEBI higher regulation, so any advisor who wants to advise holistically to their clients and charge a fee will need to have get registered with SEBI as an investment advisor. So there is a criteria. So individual RIAs, so the individual and corporates. So you can register as a corporate or as an individual. So if you register as a corporate, you can do both product distribution and advisory. But if you are an individual, you can do only advisory. There is a certain qualification criteria. So you need professional degree in finance, accounting, business management, postgraduate degree or diploma. Minimum of 5 years of experience is required. There's a certification of an ISM. So these are requirements to register, practice yourself as an investment advisor in India. So every advisor who wants to practice as a holistic advisor in India, charge a fee from their clients, will have to register with SEBI as investment advisor. SEBI has already have a certain code of ethics standards to be followed. There is a compliance to be followed, and every advisor has to follow that. Starting a financial planning practice, first of all, approach as a fiduciary advisor. If you want a financial planning practice, you need to approach as a fiduciary. You can't approach as a product distributor, or you can't approach as selling any kind of simply a financial planning products, financial products. You should approach as a fiduciary advisor of a holistic, giving holistic advice, which is neutral to any kind of earnings from products. create a business plan. So you need to, what kind of a client you want to service, what are the services you want to run, what kind of a team you want to build, what kind of revenues you would looking at. So you need to create a business plan if you are looking at a financial planning practice. Obtain necessary registration and licenses. As I said, SEBI has come out with this registration requirement, which is there now. So every financial planner who wants to start a financial planning practice will have to register as an investment advisor with SEBI. You need to meet their criteria to get registered. Find your niche if you are keen to service a specific segment. So if anybody think that a niche would be a good way to run a financial planning practice, because you know about the segment very well. Like I happen to work with special children families. So that's a niche I am servicing because I have a team, I have a resource where I understand the requirement. So I have built a practice on that. Similarly, if you think you have you can create a niche, so why not? You can start with a niche segment you are working with and set up a financial planning practice in that niche. But starting your practice also on your own requires certain capital requirements, certain education criteria, and probably the best way would start is that work under a practitioner for a few years, learn how the practice is going to run, what are whatever I've spoken about. So when you are managing clients under a practitioner, you will be able to understand things much better if you are completely fresher into this industry. So working under a practitioner a few years would be good. Once you learn, once you understand, once you are able to meet SEBI's criteria, then path is always open to you that you can start your own financial planning practice. Lastly, advisors are under pressure from everywhere. Productivity, improving your product advisory product. This is a survey which was done, but which holds really very good that an advisor is pressure from everywhere. Client expectation he has to meet, regulation he has to meet, and productivity he has to show because he has to run a business. So from all angles, and advisors would be under tremendous pressure to run their practice. And still advisors are growing, they are running their practices. And just to remember that this is a kind of a pressure you will feel when you are running a financial planning practice as a registered investment advisor. So that's all about client expectation and starting a financial planning practice. Open to taking up questions.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, sir. My heartfelt gratitude for your exceptional talk delivered today, sir. I'm sure your presence and insightful remarks added a tremendous value to our entire experience, to our students and aspiring certified financial planner. We are truly grateful for your time and expertise. On behalf of ICOFP, I want to extend our sincere thanks to gracing us with your presence and sharing your knowledge. Thank you so much for coming today, sir. I would like to invite GC, sir. He is a certified financial planner and having around 15 years of expertise in financial industry. He is a star faculty at ICOFP. He will take this session ahead and provide you how you can become a certified financial planner, explain you everything about CFP course, curriculum, exam, fee. And also at the end of this session, we will have a Q&A session where you can ask your question and interact with your speaker. Over to you, Rishi, sir.
Thank you, Kanayji. I'll just share my screen and let's go forward. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Visible? Okay, great. So I think as one of the questions that I was looking at right now was about, Sir has given us such a good view about the financial services industry in terms of being an advisor. So how can one be into the shoes of being an RIA or being an advisor, or maybe working with a corporate, focusing on the financial planning space? Is through the best course to go for, friends, is CFP, which is Certified Financial Planner. Okay, so this is the world's topmost certification when it comes to personal finance. The gold standard, if I would say. This is recognized in 27 countries. So all the major leading economies in the world, you would find financial planners, certified financial planners in the topmost profiles of personal finance space. When it comes to CFP, this is a unique 4-in-1 certification program. You have 4 levels in it. And after completion of each level, the board provides you with a certification which can be utilized for, I mean, by the time you become a CFP, you would show 1 second, please. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. So as you, so you get, as any candidate clears 1 level, he will get a certification which can be utilized for upskilling himself as well as for showcasing to his to the place where he's working. Ideal for students, professionals. So how I would just explain that to everyone. People who are pursuing graduation, right? So by the time they are completing their graduation, they can certainly look forward to this course as adding a professional certification. So by the time you are out of your college, and if you have a CFP, the doors are open for you to enter the financial industry, BFSI client-facing roles, and you would certainly expect a very quick upgrade and career uplift. For professionals, of course, you have had your previous qualifications. CFP would, in a sense, polish it more, provide you much more insights into how to, and with the latest trends and latest skill sets into how can you make your advice much more fruitful, and how can you manage the client's expectation much better. Okay, and it is focused on personal finance and wealth focus is the curriculum all about in terms of CFP. It's highly demanded by the industry. I can just share one number with you that the number of people who are millionaires, so that increased by 15% year on year from 21 to 22. So that kind of a number, we've seen the way incomes are increasing in India and millionaires, and that's the reason why the millionaires are increasing, right? So they would require a lot of people like us who are certified financial planners to help them to manage their money, to manage their wealth. So there's a huge demand which is expected, which is currently, we are seeing the undercurrent. And that's the reason why this is one of the most interesting and the most important courses to be pursued today. It is for basically for 8 to 10 months from start to end. So that's a kind of a period that one should probably try to block it for CFP, and he can have the certification. In terms of eligibility, friends, you just require to be 12th pass and then 18 years of age. So you can start pursuing this course. There's no restriction in terms of people can come from every stream and there is no restriction. But the only challenge is if someone who's pursuing his graduation, he will have to, he has to be a minimum graduate to get the certificate. Plus, 3 years of experience is required in the BFSI space once he completes his CFP. But the other thing is we do at ICFP provide support in terms of 1 year. We can probably help you arrange 1 year of supervised articleship or maybe a training under a CFP. So we will help you with that so that you have the requisite experience requirement and you can get your certification after completing the course. So it's 4 levels, and you would probably be we'll educating you in terms of 10 modules are there. I'll come to the details of the module in the next slide. And one of the great things that is which also brings in the practical aspect, friends, is in the final levels we have to submit a 360-degree holistic financial plan to the board, so that tricks and tips of how do you actually from moving from the concept side to actually practically implementing it in terms of what would be the ideal deliverable to your clients once you become a CFP. So that practical aspect of training also happens within the CFP program. Assessment during the program, yes, as I said earlier, after each level, you will have an exam. Exams happen every month. There is no negative marking. So we can clear the exams and then continue studying for the next level. So that's the kind of, it becomes very flexible for people who are both professionals who are working, or also for people who are right now students, or they have the time, or they've taken breaks from their jobs and they want to focus on CFP. So I was mentioning these are the 4 levels that CFP basically has. So in the first level, which is investment specialist, we have 3 modules. The first one is personal financial management. In this, the candidates would be learning about how to build budgets, how do you find out surpluses in budgets, then how do you plan out the emergency fund, and then in terms of the time value of money. So how do you, let's say, help the clients define the goals as SMART goals, and then helping them moving towards the journey of, achieving those life goals, financial goals. So that all comes under personal financial management. When we go to the second module, which is investment planning and asset management, you would be learning about the different asset classes. You would be learning about all the entire universe of investment products which are available, both globally as well as Indian. So we'll give you the entire learnings about all the different investment products. Then about how do we do asset allocation, how do we do portfolio rebalancing, so all of that is the purview of the second module. Coming to regulatory environment, see friends, as you guys would be working in the financial industry, so there are different regulators and there are different compliance requirements because of when one is working in the financial services industry. So what are the requirements? How do we actually do that? How does one practice it? So that is something that you'll be learning in the third module. Coming after this, you will be getting this, once you clear it, you will be getting a certificate from the board, which is investment specialist. Coming to level 2, retirement and tax planning, friends, we'll have 2 modules. Retirement planning, friends, trust me, it's one of the most important financial goals for any client, be it from any financial background. Retirement planning is something that is extremely required. Maybe the sensitization today is not that much. So it's our job to, as we are in the financial services, financial planning industry, we should guide the clients to plan for this aspect also. See, it enhances the mental confidence of retirees in terms of that they know that there is some amount of cash flows which will be coming every month, and we can live our life peacefully. So you will be learning about both how do we do the accumulation, how do we do the withdrawal. Tax planning, friends, tax is something that is required at all aspects of financial planning, even in everything that we do, whatever products we suggest. So there is a tax angle to it. Are we suggesting the best product? Is it the best in terms of, reducing the tax impact, both as in terms of the accumulation as well as when he is withdrawing, right? So that tax impact, and you would also be learning about all the 5 heads of income. Coming to level 3, friends, which is risk and estate planning. In risk management, friends, COVID has made all of us alert on this thing that all of us need, our clients need adequate risk covers, both for life as well as for health. And this is something, here you will be learning about the gap analysis. How do you find out whether the existing risk covers are good enough, about all the insurance products which are available in terms of the term life and also the health. So this all is something that you will be working on, and you will be understanding and learning about it. Estate planning. Clients, all of us work throughout our life to generate wealth, generate assets. So what happens to that? If we do not plan them properly, if we do not guide our clients, as Solanki sir was mentioning it many times, that if we do not guide our clients properly in terms of that, okay, fine, you've done this, you've done the hard work, you've made assets, but if you don't plan it properly, you do not transition it properly, peacefully to the next generation, there could be disputes, right? That leads to a lot of value erosion, and that is not at all desirable. Coming to the final level, friends, you will have 4 modules here. You will be learning about the financial planning process, the depth inside of it. How do you engage clients? How do you manage client expectations? Developing financial plans. I've already mentioned about it to you in the previous slide. And once you complete this, you get the CFP, the most coveted certification in personal finance, financial planning, which is the Certified Financial Planner. In this entire journey pursuing CFP at ICFP, you will be learning a lot. You will be upskilling yourself in terms of how do you do investment planning, what are the tax laws, being pro at time value of money, and then core concepts, preparing financial plans, portfolios, portfolio analysis. So this is all that you should be expecting once you join this course with us. Career ready, guys. As you clear your CFP, you would find there's a huge demand from industry, from the banking space, from wealth management companies. I was mentioning to you, the incomes are increasing, so people require hand-holding to manage their wealth. Tax advisory firms. Of course, you can set up your own business. You can set up your RIA, registered investment advisor firm, after taking approval from SEBI. You can be a financial coach. You can be a trainer. See, I am a guest faculty, so I am a trainer. So I've started training after completing my CFP. So there's a huge round of avenues which open up once somebody gets this coveted gold standard in financial planning, CFP. So coming to what we are, see, friends, we are the first and the oldest and the largest education provider of Certified Financial Planning course at ICOFP, International College of Financial Planning. We are part of the Bajaj Capital Group. And in fact, friends, if I just share this insight with you, CFP program, or the financial planning practice idea, was brought to India by ICOFP. So since 2002, ICOFP has been training people. So many people we've trained in for this CFPs, and they are into very, very good professions. I can take out some very, very excellent names who have done extremely great in terms of financial planning. Guys can go and check their websites and the way the thoughts that they put. Some of them are Anant Lada. You even have Lavai Navlakhi, Dilzar Bilimoria. So these kind of Sudesh Sadagopalan, RIA firm. So you can just go and check what kind of careers they are having, and you can look forward to that kind of a role after you complete CFP. We have the most experienced and qualified CFP faculty. Friends, we have people who have CFPs. There are CAs, CFAs also, PhDs. Practicing CFPs are mentors and coaches who will be guiding you throughout your CFP journey with us. Mrs. Madhu Sinha, who's our academic head at ICOFP for CFP, she is a former FPSB India director, right? So you can get a thought of what kind of quality in terms of learning, in terms of capabilities ICOFP has when it comes to educating on CFP. Highest number of CFP certificates I mentioned to you, right? We have a consistent track record of 21 years. We've reached 100% passing percentage many, many times. In fact, in the last month, our CFP final, CFP finals, people who appeared and who cleared, we hit a ratio of plus 90%. So that's the kind of high you guys can think about the kind of quality we would provide once you join with us and you look forward to the goal of becoming a certified financial planner. Friends, we used to have classroom sessions before COVID, but after that, what we've seen is there's much more interest in terms of from the candidates to have virtual sessions. So there are two ways on how we do it. One is which is virtual live classes, whereby you will have faculty like me coming over and explaining things to you, solving your doubts there and then itself. So you will have that kind of an interaction. We have these classes on Zoom. The batches are both, depending upon your convenience. It could go for weekdays, you can go for weekday, or for people who are working for weekend batches, Saturday, Sunday. Classroom recordings are also shared for review. The other one is e-learning, whereby we will be providing with you pre-recorded sessions. Same faculties, all of us have done those, so we will be sharing those with you. You guys can go through it. It gives you much more flexibility in terms of whether if you don't have time for certain period, okay, fine. So you can go through them at your own pace. plan out your exam, when do you want to appear for it, when do you think you'll be ready for it. So it gives you a little more flexibility. Plus, e-learnings would also be for people who have a little background in terms of they come from the financial space, so they think that they can cover it up quickly. But for the others, it's better if they go with the virtual live classes, because you will have us as faculties there to help you, to support you. One of the most comprehensive CFP materials is what ICFP will provide you. We will provide you, you will be shipped concept books, workbooks. The concept books would help you understand the concepts, but how do you practice them? How do you solve numericals? The workbooks are there, which we'll be providing with you, which you have to practice them so that you would be ready, you'll be exam ready. Group projects would happen in the sessions. The faculties are going to provide you. We keep on having guest lectures so that the candidates get to know exposures about how the industry is working, what are the new trends which are coming in, and then imbibing in their own style of working to be, better advisors. We would be providing you the recorded lectures, recorded sessions, the Zoom sessions, and online mock tests are provided to you so that you know where does one candidate is standing vis-a-vis his learnings and his working, whatever he's done. Is he ready for exams? Assignments are also provided. Before the exams, we do conduct each and every faculty, whichever level you are, you will have doubt clearing sessions where you can sort out your doubts. You can get clarity on certain things which are still missing. We also have case studies for practice. So very, very comprehensive, very intensive post-study, the journey that you would have at ICFP. What fees, friends? For the regular pathway, friends, the fee is regular pathway. By regular pathway, friends, I mean there are 4 levels in the regular pathway. So I'll come to the challenge in a minute, but first let me explain you about the regular pathway and what's the board's fees. So for registration, the candidate has to pay $195 to the FPSB board. This registration, friends, is valid for 1 year. And I think mostly people clear their CFP within 1 year. So that's the case we've seen. Along with that, the candidate has to purchase FPSB ebooks. So the total of that is around $350, which is for all the 4 levels. So first to 3 levels, you have $70 each. And for CFP final, it is $140. Coming to once the candidate is ready for giving the exam fee for each level is $72. And for the CFP final, it is $144. Friends, along with the regular pathway where a candidate has to clear level 1, 2, and 3, and 4, so there are basically 4 levels, there is another quick pathway which is known as the challenge pathway. In the case of challenge pathway, friends, the eligibility is that there is a requirement of education and experience. Typically people who are CAs, who are MBA finance, who are postgraduate in economics, commerce, and plus they also have minimum of 3 years of experience working in the BFSI space, banking, mutual funds, finance. Those people who have this requisite education and experience, they can come, they can complete the CFP journey within 6 months itself. For this, they'll have to shell out a challenge validation fee of $60. But this is once, if everything is fine and the board approves your candidature, this is adjusted in the total fees. For registration and content, candidates who want to pursue CFP challenge pathway, $370. There's again a financial plan assessment for which we have to pay $77, and final exam is same as $144. Okay. So this is, now I'm coming to the fee at which ICFP is going to charge you for helping you through this journey. Friends, as I was mentioning, there are there is virtual classes and there are e-learning, 2 ways which you can do it. So let's talk about virtual first. So total is 60,000 rupees for 4 levels, which is 15,000 rupees for each level. But if somebody plans to pay lump sum, then you get a 20% around approximate 20% discount, and the fee will be 44,900. Coming to e-learning recorded, as I was mentioning, you will get recorded, you will get access to recorded lectures. There, the gross fee is 44,000. Again, if somebody wants to pay, and it makes very much sense to pay it lump sum, I paid lump sum actually. You can again save around 20%, and the total lump sum fee for e-learning is around 34,900 rupees. Coming to challenge pathway, the 6-month thing where people have the requisite education and experience, the total fee, lump sum fee is 25,000 rupees. So this is the fee, friends, which ICFP is going to charge you to provide you with all the material, with all the direction, with all the handholding for your CFP journey. As everyone here who's joined us today for the webinar, we offer you a special offer for today, friends. If you pay today, you can take a 10% flat discount on the course fee. Yes, friends, 10% flat discount. Along with that, it does not end here. Along with that, you would also be, we'll also be giving you discount coupons that you can use for buying the FPSB content on the board's website. So that will be, so that there you would be saving around 14,000 rupees if you register today. Along with it, it does not end here, friends. We are offering you 2 more things. Firstly, we are offering you e-learning videos, 15 hours of exclusive e-learning videos of NISM 5A, which is the mutual fund module is what we're going to provide you, distributor module. And of course, a stock market learning app is being provided where you can learn the entire gimmicks about the technical analysis side if you are new to it in 7 hours. Again, the fee for this is 5,000, but we are providing it free today, just for today. So friends, if I just want to put it together, if you join us today, you can get a 10% discount on the course fee. Again, discount coupons on the FPSB content, plus the 2 learning apps is what I was talking about. So total, you can save 29,000 rupees. You can do the math, it comes to 29,000. For people who want to actually get their journey financed through a student loan, we offer you a 0% interest. You just need to pay 5,000, book your seat today, and we can get this loan easily at 0% interest in 6 EMIs. So you will have your loan completed even before the journey's end. So you're free with all the aspects of this. So just pay 5,000, get yourself enrolled. This is the number. My sales team is there to address all your concerns, all your queries, and you're good to go. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Over to you, Kanhaiya.
Thank you so much, Rishi sir and Jitendra sir. So friends, you can ask your question either in the chat box, or what you can do is you can raise your hands. I'll unmute you one by one, and then you can ask your question from Jitendra sir. But before that, I have seen so many questions, Jitendra sir, that how to become a RIA. The most of the participants asking how to become a RIA.
Okay, so see, to become an RIA, SEBI has a certain requirement. So you can check that requirement on SEBI website. It is there, SEBI registered investment advisor license. So once you have, if you meet that criteria, then you have to fill up an application. So SEBI has a complete process. You have to fill up an application. You have to provide the document. You have to send your application to SEBI along with the required fees. And after assessing that, then SEBI will issue you the investment advisor certificate, and then you can start your practice. So you can visit SEBI website. In the later, I'll send you the link, and I'll send you the certification requirement, and probably you can distribute between the participant. But everything is given on SEBI website.
And another question I have seen, why FBSB has mandated. So friends, this is a mandatory to buy your ebooks from FBSB. Although we provide you e-books, physical books, everything to clear your exams to study CFP. But yes, you have to buy this from a BSB also. Yes, so Dominic G, you can unmute yourself. Please go ahead. Also, may I request you to switch on your camera?
I don't have my camera enabled. That is the reason. It's
No
not like
worries.
this.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, I have 23 years of experience in investment banking operations, and I've also been a trainer 4 years in between for for in finance related trainings of BSc and NSDL. My question is this, right? If I have to make a career switch at this point of time, currently I'm 44 years, and I love financial planning and training and all of that. So if I were to, as a financial planner, firstly in a company, would I get that? That kind of a job that I'm looking at, but because I mean currently my package is already high, so I'm not sure if if I don't have the relevant experience, just a certification, would that be good enough to make a switch? Let's say in the next 2 years, or next 1 year, if I were to switch. And second, of course, I can practice, in trainings and all the other areas. But I'm just wanted to know specifically if I can make a switch into this family offices and all of that, right? As a financial planner, considering my background, right? But it's not technically, it's not been into financial planning per se. Though I have been a trainer with the BSc into equities, fundamental analysis, all of that, financial planning, but not really, kind of done. So, have a relevant experience. So hence I'm asking.
Yeah. So see, yes, if you are at a higher salary, currently financial planning industry is if we are talking about jobs with respect to financial planning, then those
Yeah,
will be very few.
correct.
You still have a lot of jobs in distribution, but with respect to financial planning, in fact, registered investment advisor, if you see the numbers are very less, and from these registered investment advisors, the corporate one would be less, mainly would be the individual registered investment advisors. So the kind of salary you would have, it will be very difficult to get a job with that required salary. Family offices, their requirements are completely different. I'm not sure if you have not managed clients on that respect, and it will be very difficult to get a job on client side. Maybe you can try it out in the operations and start with that, and then move to financial planning. Okay, so maybe you can handle clients operations, and that's where you can start, and then slowly you can move to the client interactions. So that way I think you can make a switch, but I don't think you will be able to get at a very high salary. Financial planning jobs are not there.
Okay, understood. So basically, I'll have to operate as an individual, like a
So if you're
freelancer.
starting as a practitioner, probably as an individual, but you will have to first see the kind of compliance they require.
Yes, that is the
Okay,
biggest.
so that's a challenge.
Yeah,
But
because I have the
maybe
knowledge. I have the knowledge. Just that I need a certification and probably just
see,
need to venture
I
out.
do not know how much salary you can expect in a family office, but
Yeah,
as I said, you can start with the operations part. Okay,
understood.
we start with operations, and because when you are doing the operations in family office, you are managing client portfolios, right? And then slowly you can move to the client interaction level.
Understood. Okay, all right. So it's not a
Thank
straight path that means
No,
anyway.
no, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Because
It's
at this
not,
point, yeah,
it
yeah.
has not grown to that extent, our financial planning industry. It's,
Understood, understood, understood. Yeah. Okay, thanks for answering. Yeah, that, yeah.
thank you. Rohit ji, please unmute yourself. Okay. Dr. Santosh, if you can unmute yourself.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, you are loud and clear, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. The today's session is very nice, and I would like to ask the question that what is the benefit after completing CFE to registered as a RIA?
RIA, see, RIA is a requirement now. Okay, requirement if you want to offer financial planning advice, charge a fee from the client. then IA is a mandatory requirement now. Okay. So it's a mandatory requirement. Yes, there are exceptions. So if you start as a mutual fund distributor, you don't need to register with RIA. If you start, as a any other product distribution, you don't need to be IA. But if you want to give financial planning advice, charge a fee from the client, then IA is a mandatory requirement now. Whether you have done CFP or not is not, the criteria. The criteria is that if you want to offer advice, then you will have to register as an investment advisor.
So CFP again, see, I'm from non-commerce background. So what can I do for to register at RIE? That criteria has so many 5 years experience.
So criteria is there that one is you need to be postgraduate. Second is you have 5 years experience, and we need to have a minimum net worth. So that criteria has to be fulfilled if you want to register.
No, I have network. I have network. That is my strength. But I don't have another others criteria.
No, it will be very difficult. You will have to meet that criteria. Then
Okay.
only you can register as an RIE.
So where to do this CFP and then again where to fulfill the all other criteria of that RIA, then we will get that certification. Is it that okay?
So probably you can, see, starting your own practice is a different aspect. Probably you can do CFP, work with, RIAs who are already there in the industry. You can work with RIAs, gain some experience, and can then think over.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Reddy, if you can unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. I heard somewhere like that those who has completed this CFE course. Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, they are getting only jobs as a financial product like selling financial products only. Is that what?
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. So
yeah, I have heard somewhere like that only those who have cleared a CFA, they are getting jobs only for marketing the financial products. Is that true or what?
So you're talking about CFA or CFP, because CFA is
no, CFP only.
CFP. I don't think this is true. But still, Jitendra sir, if you can add something on this.
Okay. See, certified financial planning, if you are looking for a pure financial planning job, right, they are there in the industry, but not to that extent. Probably, much like you have jobs in banking or some other sector. No, you do not have financial planning per se jobs, to that kind of jobs. Okay. When you and then financial planning with respect to with banks or larger institutions, they do not have so much on financial planning jobs then on the financial product distribution job. So that's why when you do CFP and join a bank, probably you are working on financial product distribution, because that's the number of jobs they have. So it's, see, point is who are doing financial planning as a practitioner. So there are investment advisors, there are other. So you do have financial planning jobs, but yes, the numbers may not be very high. Okay, so that's why when you think of joining a brand like a big bank, they might not have per se financial planning job. But if you are looking for a financial planning job, you might have to work under a practitioner, or under another financial planning. So you will have to, so that's, I think that's where the mismatch is, that, when you when you're thinking of working as a financial planning, when you're just thinking on bigger brands, they don't have per se so much of financial planning jobs. Okay, most financial planning jobs will be constrained with practitioner, bigger or smaller, but who are largely working as investment advisors.
I hope this has
Yeah,
cleared
yeah.
it out. Uh, Mr. Ravi, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I have three questions. First question is that what is the difference between CFP and RIA? Like after doing CFP, what is the benefits, and after doing both at RIA and CFP, what is the benefits? So, and second question is, can we work as CFP alongside working for like I am working in a MNC job, but I have certain financial experience to advise clients on their financial planning and all that. So I want to have some certification which can enhance my credibility. Third question is, what is the earning potential after completing CFP? How much fees we can charge to our clients, or like we can charge 5,000, 10,000, like I do not know the earning potential. Like, what will be the earning structure if suppose I have completed my CFP? Then what will be the fee structure? Will it be monthly, quarterly, yearly? How the CFP?
Okay. The 2, 3 questions you have asked. CFP and RIA. So CFP is a educational certification. Okay. It has nothing to do with RIA. RIA is a mandatory requirement from the regulator in India to offer financial planning advice in India. Okay. CFP is an education path towards becoming an RIA. But with CFP, you can get a license. But like even RIA, they have got a mandatory requirement of passing an exam every 3 years. So what regulator has done, regulator has stopped that renewal on the basis of the points you had. Okay. So you can get a license, but to maintain that license, you will have to pass the exam, which is there by SEBI. Okay. So that's the requirement. So uh, first thing that. Second, you asked what is the earning potential.
Yes.
So earning potential can be anything. I mean, there is no full stop there. You can charge a fee as much as you want, but yes, the regulator has defined a maximum limit to that. For example, if you are charging a fixed fee from a client, the maximum fee you can charge is 1.25 lakh annually. But if you are charging a fee on the asset base, percentage asset base, then you can charge up to 2.5%. That's the maximum fee they have put by regulators. You cannot charge a fee beyond that. Within that fees, you can charge anything you want.
And my third question was, can we work as a CFP along with the regular
No,
corporate job?
SEBI won't allow it. If you are doing in a job, you won't be able to practice as RIA.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Thank you.
Upinder Jain ji, please unmute yourself.
सर वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग मेरा एक ही क्वेश्चन है सर कि आई एम एन एमएफडी फॉर मोर देन 14 years now, 15 years, so can I go for the challenge route and close it?
Sir, to be eligible for the challenge pathway, I have just mentioned in the chat box, you need to be a postgraduate, either in the account.
I am a postgraduate and also an MBA holder.
Perfect. You can definitely choose the challenge pathway.
Thank
But
you.
at the same time, you also have to think that under the challenge pathway, you cannot apply for the RIA in future.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, sir. Varunji, please ask your question.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So I think the last person, Mr. Opinder, has asked a part of my query. So because I am a banker, so right now I have recently changed my career into IT as a business analyst. Before that, I had 8 year of experience with bank, and I worked as a relationship manager and was handling so many products, including investment products also with the bank. I am also a MBA and I am having NISM 5-year certification with me. So I am just asking that can I apply for this fast path, that is the challengers path. So in that case, the CFP 1 module, 2 module, and 3 module, would it be required to be cleared, or it is only the one module, the final one, is required to be cleared?
The only final one, sir. You don't have to pass level wise. Just the level 4 you need to be appear for, and you can give the exam.
So for example, I'm going to enroll it for the final one. The one that you have mentioned is for 25,000 rupees. So in that case, what would be the duration of this course? Like for how long it will go? 5-6 months. So is it a regular classes, or this is, as you mentioned, it is only recorded classes that you are going to provide?
No, sir. It will be a weekend class for a challenge pathway. It will be a weekend class, Saturday and Sunday. There will be a prep session, 40 hours of prep session to cover up the level 1, 2, and 3, and then the final case study will be taught to you. So it will be 70 hours of classes.
70 hours of classes. So
Right.
it will be basically physical classes. So I think
it will be online. It
online
will be
classes.
Yes, virtual.
So, as you have mentioned that I have to pay $60 for that, and if they consider me for that, then it will be included in the fees. Can you just repeat that thing? You, Naran sir has mentioned that we have to pay $60.
I'll just go back to the slide. And
Please,
sir,
sir.
one more thing I just wanted to add here. 1 second, sir. One, right? So this challenge validation fee is for the board to check whether you you have the requisite education as well as the experience.
Correct, sir.
Okay. And another thing that I wanted to add is that, of course, you don't have to go for the first 3 levels. You will have those prep sessions to get to be aware of what all is included in the modules so that you are prepared for the level 4. Sir, but you have to, as with the regular pathway in challenge also, the financial plan has to be submitted to the board. So that practice of making a financial 360-degree holistic financial plan is something that people who are pursuing challenge pathway also have to do. And once this is clear, this financial plan, then you can appear for just one level, which is the final level, and you can get your degree.
So, sir, in this particular course, would it be possible? Basically, is it included this financial planning, which we have just mentioned that we have to submit a financial plan? So, in your learning path, is it included, or we have to do it from somewhere else?
No. Everything is included, my friend. We'll do the complete hand holding to you. We'll once the case study comes in, you will have 1 to 2 sessions with the faculty in terms of making you understand what all is required, what all topics you have to touch, how do you define the investment policy statement, we say for this particular case study, and then you have to develop a model for it in terms of the entire financial plan, and then along with that a report. So basically the board is looking for a report, a Word doc report of the financial plan, and along with that the Excel model for backend. If the board wants to see how you have come to what kind of investments you're looking at, so how you come to all of that in terms of the financial goals. So it's an elaborate thing, that it's a very, very, very interesting portion of the entire journey is to construct the financial plan and then submit it to the board for approval. So that is something, if as people are mentioning here, they want to become RIAs and they want to pursue financial planning. So financial plan is one of the major elements apart from the advisory that we provide to clients. So building of that financial plan, that training, how do you do it, is something that you will be having by the time you complete this CFP journey.
Okay, so sir, actually why I'm asking that because here you have mentioned that somebody who has done MBA and PGDM in finance. So let's say in my case, I have done my MBA, PGDM in IT and marketing, but I have joined banking, so I have banking exposure of 8 years with me. So my only concern is, because is it possible to be considered? Do you think that I should apply for this challenge pathway because my PGDM is into IT and marketing, but my experience is into bank, so I have 8 years of experience?
No, sir. In that case, you have to go with the regular pathway because we have seen couple of the person from different specialization in post graduation have applied, and that application has been rejected. So this is a mandatory that you have to be your MBA or PGDM has to be in the accounting, finance, economics, and financial planning, along with the minimum 3 years of experience. So both the things has to be at the place.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, the first one, the education part, if somebody is not a finance background person, or the mentioned one, then it is not recommended to go with the challenge pathway.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
he has the regular pathway option, right? I have so many friends who have become CFPs who they come from engineering backgrounds. So you can come from any stream, but just that you have to go through the regular pathway with all the 4 levels. That's the case.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Rishi sir. We have just 2 minutes. We can take one question.
Yeah, please.
We have to find out.
Yes.
Mihir ji, please ask your question. Hello. Srinath ji, if you can unmute yourself.
Thanks
Hello.
hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for such a great session, sirs. See, my question is, I hold a PGDM certificate with finance and marketing as my specialization, and I possess 13 years of experience, and of which 1 year of experience working for HSBC back office and 2 years of experience working for a credit rating agency. Can I choose challenge pathway?
What was your major? You said you have marketing and finance. So what was the major subject?
It is equal actually. Finance and marketing, it is 50%, 50%.
So Srinath ji, do one thing. Please call on this number and share your certificate with my team. They will get
Sure.
it checked from FBSB, and then once they confirm us internally, you can apply for the challenge pathway.
Okay, and how about my experience?
You have minimum 3 years of experience in BFSI, no? Banking. You said you have banking.
See, I worked for HSBC, and that's a back office actually.
We also have to check on this with FBSB.
I think the
and
other side of your 2 years experience in the credit rating agency, I think that will work. That 2 years is going to be counted. We just check on that 1 year of HSBC back office.
okay, sure, sir. I'll share my certificate and I'll call back on this number.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Mihir ji, please ask your question very quickly.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I just like to ask a question. Like, if we enroll today, when will the classes start from? Like, what will be the timing and when will the classes begin for level 1?
Kishan, if you can answer.
Tomorrow we have the orientation for the weekend classes batch. You can book the seat today. You can join the orientation tomorrow. Your classes will start from next weekend.
What about the weekdays classes?
Weekday classes batch, you can book the slot. You can avail today offer. And we are starting the weekday classes batch next month.
Next month.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have one more question regarding the passing percentage. So for the level 1, what marks or percentage do you need to clear?
Rishi sir, please.
Yes, Mirji, this is something that the board does not disclose, that what is the kind of passing percentage that they don't tell us that. I mean, that is an information which is not provided. Typically, the way all these certifications, global certifications go by. But our understanding is if someone gets 60% is what I would say is a good figure. So if I mean, that's the kind of standard that you have, one candidate has to maintain. That his practice and his knowledge and concept clarity has to be so much that he targets for very high. But of course, yes, 60% minimum he should be aiming to get in any of the exams. But there is no standard. The board does not release neither on an average basis or for per se for a client for a particular candidate as to what his passing percentage were. Like I did not know what my passing percentages were, so I can just tell you that. So I would, with this question, I would like to end our fruitful webinar today. Thank you for Solanki ji to join us today and give us so good insights into how to become better advisors, how to manage client expectations, which are the most important aspects of becoming a very good advisor and being liked by the clients across. So I thank all of you. If you have any more queries, you can call us on 9711437779. And our team, my team is sitting, Christian is sitting there to guide you and to get your queries sorted out and to see. And I would like to see all of you joining us to pursue your CFP journey and becoming better at what you are doing right now, or you want to add this coveted gold standard in financial planning. So with that, I thank you all for joining us today. Have a good day ahead. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jitendra, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Signing off.